Well, as you can guess, Tom Chambers is our guest today on the Outlook Podcast, brought to you by NBA Live 19. TC, thanks for hanging out. I know I've been pestering you to come on this podcast for a while now.
I'm saying, my pleasure right now. When this is over, I may have some.
You might change your mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so I wanted to start with some stories, but you said I have to...
Stories.
I feel like you need a little bit more to kind of get into that.
Stories,
so,
okay.
So here...
Let's start with this story. I'll tell you one story right off the bat. Rookie. I'm a rookie.
Okay.
I haven't played a game. I signed a contract like 5 days before the season started, the night before the last exhibition game.
Okay.
Came in, scared to death. Didn't even know if I'd make the team, and I was a first-round pick, 8th pick. I came from Ogden, Utah. Trust me, there wasn't a lot of people from Ogden who made the NBA or even got drafted, if you will. So I come in, one practice before the first exhibition game, and the fellas roughed me up a little bit. They kind of roughed
bullied
me up a little
you?
bit. Yeah, they kind of, yeah. I could have called HR and stuff like that, but I didn't. I chose not to do that. But one of them that was the kind of the instigator and kind of the lead not nice person was Jelly Bean Bryant, who just happens to be, for you teeny boppers, okay, Kobe Bryant's father. Okay. And Jelly, as we called him, he just kind of tried to punk me and do all that kind of stuff. And I didn't like cry or curl up in the fetal position or anything like that, but I said, wow, this is not that great right now. So next morning, we used to fly in the mornings, commercial, go to the airport. Paul Silas, my coach, is sitting over there on a bench. And he said, Rook, come here. I'm like, oh, man. So this is like my first experience. I mean, I knew him, but I didn't know him. He was going to draft me. He did. He said what he was going to do. Huge, like a legend. I mean, he was a legendary player and just barely quit playing. And he said, come over here, sit down. I sat down. And he goes, he said, if you ever let Jelly or anybody else do that to you again and you don't knock their ass out, I will suspend you.
Really?
Yes. So you wonder why I have a chip on my shoulder? Yeah. Thanks,
It all
Paul
started
Silas.
there. Second day on the job.
If you're going to suspend me and you're going to take money out of my paycheck, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to go down swinging.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever have to? Did it ever come to that?
You should Google that.
Okay.
You'll see a lot of them.
I mean, I've heard some stories, but I mean...
No, well...
I guess with like maybe just a teammate.
Well, when I came into the league...
It was different.
The power forward position was the enforcer. That was the tough guy on the team. There weren't a lot of like scorers in that power forward position. There were Rick Mahorns, there were Lonnie Sheltons, there was Maurice Lucas who played here. Every team had that guy, but I was that guy, but I was a scorer. So I got beat up pretty good by a lot of guys. Physical is what I'm saying. So yeah, I had a lot of altercations, but Maurice Lucas in particular, he played for the Suns actually at that point, and I was with the Clippers and then the Sonics, and I came down and we played, and we always seemed to get in a fight. But back then, you get in a fight, like literally, we're not talking like blow up and go yell at each other. We're talking about bam, 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 So Luke and I got into one scuffle down here in Phoenix, and when we went to go at each other, everybody kind of took us down, and we're on the floor, and I worked one loose right here, and he was still kind of being held, and I popped him right in the freaking cheek, okay? And it split open. It was like it split open. And I'm like, oh. Now, when he gets loose, I'm just going to have to watch whenever I'm running up
you're
and
in
down the
trouble.
court. Yeah, I'm gonna have that happen. And I was. Whenever Luke was behind me, I had my rear view mirrors on because, it wasn't a tap. It was like, I'm gonna lay you out kind of a thing. Okay. But then a good thing happened. He got traded to the Sonics. I was with the Sonics, and his wife Rita at the time said, "You know how much money we're going to save since you guys you're on the same team right now, because every game there was a fine between me and Luke. I mean, every game, every single one. Now we get kicked out and it was $250 or $500. It wasn't a big whoop, but so yeah, I got to play with him after that. And he said when he came to town, he said, you've been playing great, but he said you're going to be an all-star this year. I'm going to help you get to be an all-star." And I was. Hey, way to come out of the bathroom at just the right time. Judas Priest.
Awkward.
Go back to your acting class. At least I didn't hear the toilet flush. Or did you flush? You left one floating in there. Oh, come on, man.
Working with a Quit Coach can double your chances of successfully quitting smoking. For more information and for help, visit ashline.org. Tell me a story about this group of guys, this all-star.
So if you look at that picture, and you guys probably put that out there so people, I don't have to say the whole thing. I was asked to be, when the All-Star game was in Seattle, I was asked to be in the slam dunk contest. I dunked a lot, even though people think I had one dunk in my career. In fact, I led the league in dunks a couple of years in a row, and they were counted by hand because it wasn't like it was a stat or anything like now. You can call Cole and find out anything about anybody anywhere anytime. But so I dunked a lot, and I dunked a lot just to get to the rim, make sure I had 2 points. Nothing real fancy, although sometimes I had to switch hands and stuff like that. But so they invited me to be in the dunk contest, and back then the dunk contests were, well, as you can see in the picture, Michael Jordan, what was it, Jerome Kersey, Clyde Drexler, I think, Terrence Stansbury, who was
Ron Harper was in this one.
Ron Harper was in that one.
Gerald Wilkins.
So we're talking about guys who were were household names. Not today, not to take anything away from them, but you kind of don't really know who they are. And there's only a couple of them, and you can dunk 29 times, instead of then you missed, and guess what? You're out. You weren't out, but you didn't get scored real well, So the rules have changed, and now the stars don't seem to want to be a part of that. But that was a fun time, Obviously, that All-Star game was tremendous for me because, that was the dunk contest, and I wasn't great. I'd never really practiced dunking, like, without somebody being there. So it was kind of weird, kind of a thing for me, and I didn't work on it, and I didn't have props where I could jump over him or stuff like that, So it wasn't my finest hour, if you will, but
the game was.
It was spectacular, It was unbelievable. I wasn't supposed to be in the game. I didn't make it, and we had a pretty good thing going in Seattle. I mean, we had Xavier McDaniel, myself, and Dell Ellis, 3 of us all getting more than 20 points a game, and we were starting to win. We were right there in the playoff hunt, and but the West then was like the West now. It's tough to break through in that kind of a thing. But Ralph Sampson blew out his knee, and he was the power forward. Back then, it was centers and power forwards and small forwards and shooting guards and point guards, not bigs and littles like they do now. And so they invited me. I was in the same position as him. I could fill the power forward position. And Pat Riley was the coach. And he didn't care what other people thought. But you think about those guys that were on the team already. And me, I come in to fill in for a guy, and he started me. And Ralph was going to start, but still, that was his choice. And so I promptly went out there and missed my first 3 layups. Was scared to death, and it was in the Kingdome, so there was, I don't know, a lot of people, 50, 60,000 people, because of the football stadium. They used to do that a little bit back then. And I was in it, and then I got hot and played pretty good, and we were down by 10 points, say, with a couple minutes left, and Magic just went on a tear pushing the ball, and I was running. That's what I did, and so I got to finish a bunch. And we were down 2, and they fouled Rolando Blackman at the end, and he coolly iced both of those free throws, and we ended up winning the game. And I, in my rookie All-Star game with the Larrys and the Michaels and the Magics, had 34 points. So it was a pretty cool day in front of my home fans.
Yeah, exactly. What was that night like after the game?
With children and wife and all that. It was just, we went to dinner and did all that. But it was fun. It was really fun for me, because it was like, that shouldn't have happened. There's no way that should have happened.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any Michael Jordan stories? Obviously, you guys played against each other, played on, the All-Star game.
I can't even remember when we played cards. Ed Neely was on the team, and Ed was his former teammate, and we went back, and I can't remember if it was an exhibition game or was it the play. I can't remember. I'm old. And we're playing cards, and people are knocking on Michael's door, and he's in there as an alias anyway, and we're playing cards and whatever like this. And it was the funniest thing ever, because it was Pippen and Michael and Neely and myself, and I don't know, a few other people. I can't remember exactly who it was. I think maybe Kerr was even there. I can't remember. And Jack Haley was in there. And Jack Haley was trying to make the team. And Michael said, okay, I'm ordering some, drinks or whatever like that. We all ordered drinks, whatever it was, a beer or whatever like that. And Jack ordered milk. And Michael said, what are you doing? You're going to be getting cut tomorrow, and you're drinking milk. You need a freaking whiskey. You need something. So he literally ordered milk in front of all of us guys, and it was the funniest thing ever. And somebody got hurt the next day, so they couldn't cut him. So he actually went through the season with them, and I think they won a championship with Jack on the roster.
It was the milk.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like he played. He was the towel waver, And I think he won like 4 or 5 championships. Then he started chasing Rodman around, and on his coattails, trying to win a couple things. And San Antonio went down there and played for a while, and with the Lakers. So, yeah, he orchestrated a little career. I don't know if he ever played, but he was on some teams.
Okay, so people were knocking on Michael's door. Do you get up and check every time somebody knocks, or do you just ignore it every time?
He would just yell and say he's going to call security if you don't get the heck out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what if it was like room service bringing the drinks, or
have you ever been in a room when room service came?
I mean, I guess they always announce it.
Thank you.
Right, but I mean, listen, if I'm a fan and I'm trying to get into Michael Jordan's room,
You're going to say room service?
yeah, you're gonna try whatever you can to get in, right?
Do you want to get
Pretend to be
arrested?
housekeeping, room service.
You want to be arrested?
If they're already trespassing in a hotel, I'm sure that they're fine with it. They know they're taking a risk to begin with.
Didn't happen.
Okay, well,
We could have said we knocked 2 or 3 people out.
I'm just
but
curious.
we didn't. Yeah, just playing cards.
All right, did you win?
I don't remember if I won that one. I would have remembered if I lost. So yeah.
So you didn't lose.
I don't think so.
You just kind of maybe like
It was okay.
pretty even across the board. Okay, can we talk about fashion?
Fashion.
I know that this is going to be a fun topic, but the first thing I want to talk about is the short shorts.
Okay.
And how some players are starting to bring them back. Are you on board with this?
There's no reason in the world why your legs should be covered up. I mean, Michael Jordan started that thing way back when, getting them longer and longer. Back when we used to have to wear an athletic supporter for all the right reasons, because you don't want stuff anyway. Yeah, you had to wear. Now it's like tights and all kind of different garb. But yeah, I mean, even if the shorts are coming, and some of the college kids you seem really short.
Well, I mean, Kelly, you've seen him roll up his shorts a little bit this year,
and
even Tyler a little bit.
But usually they have some tights and stuff under there, or whatever you call them, those compression shorts or whatever like that. But I have no problem. I mean, I think it's cool. I mean, you see it in high school, even the kids playing volleyball or whatever. They want to show off their legs.
It's so much more retro of a feel.
It's not retro. It's just no. So when you go to a mini skirt, is that retro? When you go to a long, no, it's not. It just evolves.
No, it's just like the style.
It's okay. So it's not retro.
From a
it's
style
modern.
perspective.
It's so if I wear a Chuck Taylor, is that retro?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but they're bringing them back.
Exactly.
So it's okay. I'll let you win this one. I have no problem with that. It's weird for me to see all the sleeves and all of the compression shorts from the ankle all the way up, all the white legs and straps over your shoulders and all the things that they have nowadays. I mean, we used to. Well, I did. I wore Converse, or not Converse, but Nike canvas shoes, low cuts, no tape, and just played. And the short shorts were. I mean, at the time we didn't think they were short shorts. They were just shorts.
Right.
But now I hold a pair up that I had, and I'm like, oh my God. They are pretty little.
They are.
Yeah, they are.
But they're
little.
awesome. They're so fun.
Well, yeah.
Okay, fashion these days. What's one of the trends that guys are doing that you just don't get?
I don't get the tight pants and
No?
the short pants. I mean, I said to Kelly
Like the
Oubre when
ankle
he's wearing
shorts,
them,
right?
I'm like, dude, you'd have to jump off a 3-story building to get into them, for one. 2, how do you get your big feet through that little tiny hole? Because they're tight on your ankles, right?
It's true.
And really, why? It can't be comfortable.
I mean, girls have worn skinnier pants for a while.
But you're girls.
So what's the difference, though? I mean, like,
Dudes have hair on
getting
their
your feet
legs
down and everything.
big feet.
I mean, but
You
do
know
you
what?
like the way it looks? Aside from the logistics, do you like the way it looks?
No. The look I like is Giannis. Wear your
Okay.
sweatsuit to the game. Don't worry about having to go shopping all the time. Don't worry about fashionistas wanting to take pictures and stuff of you. Just go do your job. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Although, if you want to see some fashion, I had some Wranglers that went clear up to my armpits. It's cowboy boots and a nice pink shirt. When I saw
I
them.
recall this
Oh,
shirt
yeah,
or this
there you go.
picture.
Now that's fashion.
Recall.
That's fashion. But there was a bell on, not a bell, but a cowboy cut, so at least my foot could go through the hole.
True.
I didn't have
the
to.
belt buckle was about the size.
I didn't have to put zippers on my pants to get my foot through there.
Yeah, but those belt buckles were pretty large back in the day too.
They were. Yeah,
Do you still have them?
I do.
Do you wear them when you work on your ranch?
Sometimes.
Sometimes? Not all the time?
I don't dress up much. I think if the buckles are more of a kind of if you're going to a rodeo and you want to tuck your shirt in and wear a buckly thing.
Okay.
At the ranch, I just let the shirt out and I need a belt to hold my pants up. Oh, look who's here, Nick. Guy's going to come in. All the All-Stars are here, man.
I know.
Yeah.
So we are shooting in our content offices. So all of TC's favorite people are in here.
Yeah, the favorite people I get to see twice because they're big time now.
Okay, so I had Tom Lander on last summer.
Okay.
And he gave me some dirt on you.
Dirt.
So you give me some dirt on him.
I don't know. He's the nicest guy in the world.
Dude, don't get... That's it? Nothing?
I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, I probably wouldn't be doing this without Tom.
He is a wonderful person.
He's very creative. He knows how to stir the pot with me to get me to say things he won't say, and I try to walk that line, you know. But no, I don't know any dirt on Tom.
Okay, so he was telling me about the pranks that he used to play on you, and
he had
they
some
did
bad
all
ones,
the
yeah.
makeup ones with you and EJ. Have you ever gotten him back?
No. And
Would you
we
like
talked
to?
about it. I was.
We can make this happen.
I was actually gonna have Phoenix's finest pull him over.
Okay.
After he'd had a cocktail over here in Cherry's Bar one time, and I just couldn't do it because I think he would have cried. I think he might have. Yeah.
So how has that relationship evolved over the years? Because I know that Tom used to actually cover your games when you were a player. So how have you guys kind of grown as
It's good.
friends
He was scared of me then. He looked like this 12-year-old
Well, I heard
kid.
you were a little bit of a mean-ish kind of guy, or just a little bit more assertive.
I was short with my comments. Probably I wasn't real engaging, and I probably intimidated, like I do you. Yeah, you talk smack back. You do. You're pretty good at yakety yakking.
Thank you.
Most
I
women
appreciate
are.
that.
You know. They
Oh,
talk
really?
A lot. Yeah. Yeah. Don't know when to be quiet and be respectful.
I mean, sorry, not sorry. Take advantage of NBA Live 19's live events by building your squad and adding NBA legends like Steve Nash and famous celebrities like Quavo to travel the world with your player and beat everyone else. Okay, so we're going to do some like rapid fire sort of random questions. We're going to go all over the place, okay?
All over the place.
Are you a morning or a night person?
Depends on if it's hunting season.
If so, I'm guessing that's morning for
Yeah, it's
hunting
early. No,
season?
I would say even from my playing days and even now doing games at night, I'm more of a night person probably.
Okay. Cows or horses?
Horses, but I like
Horses?
cows to
Okay.
chase with my horse.
You like to chase the cows with your horse?
Correct.
Okay. Pigs or chickens?
Wow, I had a really cute little potbelly pig named Kevin Bacon.
I heard about him. I want you to tell me about Kevin
Kevin
Bacon.
Kevin got overly large. He's up in a petting zoo in Utah right now. But I have chickens in the yard right now, so I get my fresh eggs every morning.
Okay. I saw.
But if I had to have a pet, the
Okay.
chicken's not really a pet. The chicken's like something you have for eggs, and I think they're cool.
I mean,
Eat
you
the
can
bugs and
hold
stuff.
them.
One jumps up on me every time. He thinks I'm giving him the mealworms and stuff like that. I'm like, come on, man, don't be jumping on me like that. But no, pigs are hilarious. Those little pigs, they're very smart. They're very clean.
I've heard they're mean. Like vindictive.
Not at all.
Really?
I think they can be mean if you give them the quarter cup of food you're supposed to give them every day to keep them small.
Okay.
I think they well, I know because I've had many of them. They're ornery if you don't feed them like you. If you don't get that big meal, you don't get that double chocolate cake when you're eating down the media room. You know how you get like that.
It's true.
Okay,
This is
there you
very
go.
true.
Kind of like that. That's kind of like Kevin Bacon. Same thing.
I saw on the internet that there are like harnesses, like a leash you can walk your chickens with. Do you have one? for your
I
chickens?
looked at them and I showed them to my granddaughters. I did not get one. They also have a thing where you can put them over there to get protected from the rooster pecking at them and stuff too. They have all kind of things. But as far as the little, I might have bought one for my granddaughter. But yeah, a little chicken walker harnessy thing. I like the harness for the pig better than the chicken. I would never walk a chicken.
I mean, how funny would that be though if you're walking down or if you're driving down the street and somebody on the sidewalk is just
Dude,
walking
I have a
chicken?
hard time with a guy walking a Yorkshire Terrier, okay?
Okay,
or a
but
Chihuahua
you
or
would
a
be
poodle.
hilarious if we were driving
if
down the
I-
street and
you know
saw
what?
you walking a chicken.
Do you know how much ridicule I would get
Do
for
you
walking
know
a
how
chicken?
great that would be
For
though?
you,
Yeah.
for you, it'd blow up your little social network. For me, it would be like harass. If my cowboy friend saw me walking a chicken, I would never be able to go back on the farm or the ranch
so
or ride a horse
wonderful, though.
or get on a bike. Anything.
It would be so great though.
No. It
Yes.
wouldn't. No. It
Okay.
wouldn't. Yeah.
So I
Walking a
know that
chicken.
you're about your cowboy friends.
What
All
about?
rough and tough. But you're a little bit of a softie.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Talk about me crying in a movie or something?
No, I'm talking about like with the animals too.
Yeah, I love
Like,
them.
yes, you go hunting and all this kind of stuff, but then you also like have a pig in your house.
No,
And
he's
then-
not in my house, but he has.
Well,
been.
you had
Well, kinda.
skunks.
Yeah, maybe.
You had skunks, right?
Maybe. You're not supposed to talk about that.
Okay, you rescued skunks, and I don't know where they are.
You
Tell me
don't?
about the rescuing part of it.
Well, I mean, the mom got run over and I saved the babies.
Great.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of a soft spot.
Yeah, they were fun. They're great pets.
My aunt had one.
Yeah.
I love them.
I
They're
love
like
them, too.
cats, but kind of cool, like in a
Really
weird
cool.
way.
Well, I've had about everything. I was Noah at the ranch. I had everything. I had deer and buffalo and bison and zebras and I mean I've all kinds of swans, geese, the ducks.
What's one's
goats.
been your favorite?
I had a swan named Gracie that was a black-necked swan from Australia. She was really cool for a bird. Mm-hmm. I had emus that drove my daughters crazy. They were scared to death of them. They'd look at them and run and throw shoes at them. But Rosie at Buffalo, I still have her. She's probably been my longest, kind of fun pet. She was bottle fed. Her mom died, so she's very gentle. She thinks she's a person.
Oh, precious.
It's not precious, but it's kind of cool. I
I
would
mean, I
never
think it's
describe it
cute.
as precious. You can describe it as precious if you want. I wouldn't. I would say it's cool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like cool, like a man with animals. Cool.
Bam.
Do you eat mac and cheese with a spoon or a fork?
I don't eat mac and cheese. That's for children. You wanted a quick answer? I gave you one. Go on to the next one.
You're killing me. You're killing me, TC. Okay, we've been talking about doing this for like 2 years.
Yeah.
So we're doing it right now. We're going to start you a Twitter.
Twitter.
Yep. See? Look. We're logging into Twitter. We are starting you a Twitter, and the whole world gets to be a part of it. So, let's pause for 5 seconds. When it gets tough, an Ashline Quit coach will help you focus on the goals that you've set for yourself and help you successfully quit tobacco. For more information, visit ashline.org. All right, welcome back to The Outlet, brought to you by NBA Live 19. We took a little break
who?
to NBA Live 19.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Do you have one of those?
I do.
Can I get some of those for the kids and stuff like
Absolutely.
that?
Do your kids play video games?
They will now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
If they've ever played basketball video games, do they play as you at any time they can?
Well, I was on that all century team, so they can put me in. Even on the new ones now, I'm still a part of that deal. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Do
I
you think
like
you
it.
look pretty good in it? Like you look like how you
I
played?
have not ever watched it.
We're going to have to find it
Yeah, that'd be
and
fun
see
to
what
watch.
you think about it. We'll have to do that.
I'd
Yes,
love it.
I will get you some copies of NBA Live 19. Okay, so we took a break to sign TC up for Twitter, and it is official. Tom Chambers is
Wow.
on Twitter.
The real
at
TC24.
The real TC24. So make
Nice.
sure you guys go follow them or
Nice.
him. And then your first follower, your very first follower,
I have one.
Fat Lever.
Fat. I love
He
Fat.
found you in like 3 minutes
Love
after
that
I started
guy, man.
this.
Way to
He
go,
was your
Fat.
very
An
first
old
follower.
guy that actually does that Twitter thing. That's
Yes.
good.
So tell me a little bit
About Fat?
You guys got any stories? Any fun stories?
Fat was terrific. I mean, this guy was like a triple-double before triple-doubles were really, thought of. I mean, he was a point guard for Denver, and he played with a bunch of guys who scored. He kept them all happy. Kiki Vandeweghe, Alex English, Dan Issel, Early, and he just kept rolling. But he was the guy that made it all go in the assist category and also out-rebounded all of those big guys, So, yeah, he was absolutely terrific with Denver and a tough guard.
Yeah, we saw him when we were out in Denver this year. He seems like a really nice
We need
guy.
to bring him in here and do some
We
stuff.
should.
He lives
Let's
right
do
here.
it. Let's do it.
Well, this is now a follower. Come on, Fat. Come hang out with
The
us,
next
man.
podcast will be you
All
and
right,
Fat,
all
both
right,
of you.
okay.
And we'll tell some more fun stories. But yeah, so you're officially on Twitter. You've got a couple new followers. We're going to have to see all the people that you want to follow back. And I will help you set it up on
You'll
your
help me do that.
phone. And I will put notifications on my phone to make sure everything's running smoothly until you get it.
So I
all.
respond and I do all the things I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't
and I have
have
that new
to.
cool talk and stuff like that. Some new
No,
lingo,
you
some
can-
new slang.
you can do whatever you
where
want.
I got to go. What are those new words they use nowadays? They knew for cool. What's a new
Like
word?
lit.
That's
dope.
lit. Yeah,
Dope is
dope.
old school, but it's always going to
Dope.
be like a great
I've used dope myself before. Actually, I've kind of gone that far into that.
You
that
can
area, yeah.
always. I feel like
Yeah.
dope will never.
Lit
not
is good.
Be in style.
There was something else I heard.
Fire.
This,
Depending
no,
on
this
how
last year, I heard
how
something
you
else.
use it, you could use wet.
Wet.
Like in book?
That,
but it has to be
wet.
any
No,
specific...
no. Linder gave me the wet
Yes.
thing this year, and I was
Also,
like, what?
Wave.
Yeah. Wave? I don't know wave. No.
You get the wave. Kelly Oubre, it's the wave.
Yeah, I get the wave when they stand up and they put their arms up around in the arena like that. Yeah.
I'll teach you how to use that one in a different context. Don't you worry. Got you. Okay, so now we need to decide what should be your first tweet.
My first tweet.
Your very first tweet. What should it be?
It should be something about I edumacated myself. How about that? Edumacated.
How about...
Hey, look, I'm edumacated
How
now.
about Lindsay Smith edumacated me and now I'm on Twitter?
Well, so no, my Twitter is now going to put your name on there.
Credit for it, though.
So then they're going to look up you, and that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to get all back
Twitter...
on you.
No.
Oh, yes, you are.
I'm trying to get you more followers.
Oh, no. Then why did it say Lindsay Smith first, before me?
Because I edumacated you on Twitter.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
All right.
It's as simple as that.
I'll let it go.
Okay.
You know, if it's cool enough,
will...
if it's cool enough that Fat Lever jumped on board, gotta like that because I'm gonna come up with some good stuff.
There you go. No, we'll come up with
Don't get me in trouble.
I would never.
You're gonna hack into me and do all that stuff.
I would never. Okay, we'll come up with something fun, but guys, make sure you follow again.
I think that's good.
The Real TC24.
Yeah,
okay.
I think you know, you educate me. Yes. I'm here. Yeah, old guys rule.
All right, TC. So the last thing I got for you before we let you go, we have to talk a little bit of Suns. You know, the season is over, and you know it wasn't exactly the most enjoyable season, but there was a lot of growth, especially with some of the young rookies. So let's go down the line. What did you see from DeAndre in terms of his growth? And where you think he's headed for the future?
Well, I was pleased and I was disappointed at the same time. DeAndre has so much potential. I mean, he is athletically, you know, gifted like a David Robinson. He came in here, he broke records for, you know, double doubles and rebounds and points. But I'm going to have to just quote Devin Booker and say we're not happy with 16 and 10. That young man can play. And this guy could, you know, roll out of bed and get 20 and get 12 or 14 a game on rebounds. And then, you know, he was most disappointing to me in blocking shots. You know, there were guys on the team, Kelly Oubre and TJ. I think TJ averaged more blocks than him. So he's got to really learn to go after and protect the basket because that's where this team really needs help is so they can overplay, they can play tough defense and know that somebody's got their back at the rim.
Okay. What do you see for the future of DeAndre in year 2 or 3? What would you like to see him really work on this offseason and implement into next year?
Well, everybody wants to talk about him, you know, stretching the floor and shooting threes. I could care less about that. He can be the Greek freak and not shoot a 3 in his career, and I'd be ecstatic. Now, yeah, knocking down a 17-footer, a 19-footer to keep people honest, that's great. It opens up the lane for the guys who want to drive the basket. But for me, it's just aggressive attitude on the defensive end and rebounding. And if he does that, I'm going to be ecstatic next year.
All right, Mikkel Bridges.
Mikkel was terrific. You know, his numbers didn't always show it, but I just thought his defensive tenacity, you know, his reach, that you know, he's been blessed with the long arms. He takes advantage of that. He's got a nice stroke. He never really got upset if he didn't get shots, but I think he should be more aggressive this next year in looking for that shot and knocking things down and keeping people honest. But yeah, I mean, the sky's the limit for him. I compared him all season long to like a Nicholas Batum, you know, where he can go out there and fill up a stat sheet.
All right, Ellie Okobo.
Ellie, I didn't get to see enough. There was, you know, the first game he really got in, he was like a 20-point guy. I'm thinking, okay, this guy's going to rock and roll. All's going to be well. Didn't get a lot of time. I thought he was pretty good. But he's another kid that, you know, he's a very nice young man, and I'm sure he doesn't want to step on anybody's toes, and he wants to set people up. But you know, there's a point where you're almost doing an injustice to your team if you're not aggressive offensively. If he's aggressive offensively, it opens it up for everybody else. He can't just, you know, pass it around the horn and hope to be there. But I loved his shot. I mean, he's got a nice touch. I love the left hand. I love his quickness. So I think that he could be really good too. I mean, you know, Tony Parker came in the league, and it took him a while, you know, and Pop was on him hard, okay? And I thought that maybe Igor was on him this year hard, too, because he wasn't playing a lot. But, you know, hoping he comes out of it and really lives up to his potential, because he was picked pretty high.
Yeah. And then, of course, DeAnthony Melton. We saw a lot more of him, especially in the back half of the season.
Well, Melton last summer in the summer league just lit it up for Houston. Traded here, had really, really high hopes. He had a little injury, a couple boo-boos here and there, but I think he's tough defensively. I think he makes really good plays. He got some, big offensive rebounds and knocked a few shots down, but just the consistency for him. And it's hard with this team. This team needs to get some stops. They're really good running. They're really good in the fast break, but you got to play defense and not take it out of the rim for this team to be the best.
Okay, so we've gone down the rookies. Now let's do some of the old school guys. And I say that with a grain of salt, obviously, because they're like 22. Devin Booker. How did you see him improve his game this year?
Well, Devin he impressed me more than ever this past year. I mean, times when he could have gotten down, he just stayed up. He did it for the right reasons. He wanted to compete even when he was hurting. He wanted to come out there and earn his paycheck and give everything he had to the fans and this organization. And you love a guy like that, especially when he's already signed up to a mega monster deal. He could have come out and laid down, and he didn't. So it just shows you the heart and the character he has. So very, very excited to see him in the future. He's learned to really draw fouls, get to the free throw line. Obviously, we've known he knocks down threes, but his toughness, his leadership abilities, and him having to play the point guard has made him an even better player as well, where he can have the ball in his hands and make plays. I mean, whether you're the Greek freak or whoever you are, you can have the ball in your hands at the end of the game without being the point guard. I would like this team to get a true point guard that's really going to step up, but Devin has just grown in every facet of the game.
Awesome. So what was your favorite moment this year to cover? Favorite moment or game as a whole?
I don't know. Favorite. I don't know. Favorite. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I mean, some of the scoring Devin did was tremendous and was fun for the guys. My happiest moments, I think, were Devin Booker's happiest moments too. That's when Kelly Oubre joined the team.
Yeah.
I mean, this team, we talked to Devin Booker, and Devin Booker said, "I've never been at a lower point ever." And I think it was like 10 days later, he said, "I've never been at a higher point." And that's what Kelly brought to the team. I mean, just the swag, the attitude, the just play hard and free all of the time, and not not feel sorry for yourself or anything like that. Just go out and do what you can do. And so I thought that he was my happiest moments, if you will.
Yep. And the guys also said for Kelly too.
Does that camera work over here? Can you show the ugliest man in the building over there right now? That guy?
Oh my goodness! Look who it is!
Oh. He makes all of my moments happy on the broadcast. Yeah,
Somebody go get him and make him come join us.
He ain't gonna come in here now.
Oh, he's right here now. Yeah. Tom, get in here.
Now you look like Dan Marley used to do on the shows.
Come here. Just for 5 minutes.
No.
Come here. No, 5 minutes. Come here.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can't ask me if I can follow him on Twitter.
Guess who my first
He's
follower
on
was? I already have
Twitter.
one.
Fat Lever!
Oh, you heard it. How'd you
How
hear
did
it?
you know?
Bob Adlock just told me. Because he's your second follower.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. I said, well, you'll have 3 by the time I get to my phone. Me.
Are you so
No,
excited
you're already on.
that he's now on Twitter? You gonna help him kind of navigate that world as much as you can?
I just don't want him to get fired because of it.
I got you. Don't worry. I will make sure everything is kosher.
Here's what
I will use my filter, okay?
Here's what. Can you block it so that he can't tweet after 10 o'clock at night?
I don't
What are you saying? I'm going to be like President Trump?
Thank you for saying that.
Oh gosh. But yeah, isn't that exciting?
That is.
He's joined the digital world.
And you know what our first tweet's going to be? Lindsey Smith educated Tom Chambers, and now he's up to speed on Twitter.
I thought it was going to be like brownie recipes.
What are you saying? I'm going to go to a cannabis store and make some brownies up?
I didn't even say cannabis. I just said brownies.
I'm not easy bake oven. I don't bake. But if you want me to grill something,
Oh, yeah.
I can grill
I
something.
know. Buffalo, elk.
Can I grill some brownies? No.
I mean,
No.
you should try it and see what it comes out. You could be like the next
There are women who do that.
Chrissy Teigen,
A dude? Is that a dude?
Guy Fieri.
Chrissy Teigen. You don't know who Chrissy Teigen is? I even know that.
who
That's
Chrissy
the gal
Teigen
that's married to John Legend, right? Oh my God, you're so
Who's
old.
John Legend?
We're gonna follow Chrissy
only
Teigen
one-
on
there's
Twitter
only one
for you,
legend,
so
Tom
you can get to
Legend.
know who she is.
See ya. Have fun.
Bye, Tom.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming in here and interrupting.
One of these days, we have to get the two of you
No.
on this for
no,
real.
we're
for
always
real.
together. Just come up there and do our show. Yeah. No, he's
during
made
the
he's
summer,
made my
when he
job
misses you.
he's made no. Yeah, come up on the mountain or something. We'll put you on a horse. I got a good one for
Let's do it.
you. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm really allergic to horses. Did you know that?
I have Benadryl.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll do it still. But I was shocked. I didn't know I was allergic to horses. I found that out this year.
Yeah.
Go figure.
It doesn't shock me whatsoever
Why?
because I think you break out in a rash going out in the dirt.
I mean,
Exactly.
you're not wrong.
There's bugs out there.
Listen, I didn't always used to be this bougie.
Bougie, spougie,
Bougie.
bougie.
Yeah, I have gum in my mouth when we came back. I forgot to take it out.
what would that be?
How do you
What is
extra?
Bougie.
Like if somebody says like, "Oh,
Eccentric?
you're extra," or "you're," what's another way to describe that?
Privileged, excessive.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's all uppity. She's
Uppity
all
is a
uppity.
great way to
Okay,
kind of explain
yeah.
it. Yes.
A great way to kind of explain it.
Yeah, because it's not like snooty per se. It's just like you like nice things, maybe. Anyway, I didn't always used to be this bougie, but when I started working in the NBA, my bouginess went up to a whole nother level.
Well, why would you let anything affect you what you actually
didn't
are?
mean
I
to.
didn't let the NBA make me go bougie.
Well, I didn't
I'm still
mean
a
to.
redneck guy with horses and pigs in the backyard. I didn't go bougie.
I guess I'm just
Although
a
I
little
was able
bit-
to afford a harness for my pig.
There you go. See? And then next you know, you're
Bougie.
buying a harness for your chicken. And then
God,
before
no.
you know it, you're walking down
Trust
the
me.
street with a mini pig and a chicken in tow.
No. That's like Yorkshire Terrier, Chihuahua stuff. No, they're cute, but girls can walk that stuff. When I see a dude walking something like that, no, it's not. It ain't purty, okay? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All right.
But I will get on a horse for you.
Good. I have a good one for you.
Are you going to
Hopefully
pick
your
a
last-
nice one or are you
Yeah.
going to pick a mean one?
I'll call it the 8-second ride. If you can make it 8 seconds, that'll be good.
I'm
We'll
not
sign
getting
you up for
on
the
that
NFR.
horse. It's not happening. Listen,
I don't have a horse that bucks, but they don't. They do respond. And I said that wrong. They do know when there's a bougie person on their back.
Well,
'Cause-
listen. I took
and your
horseback riding
and your
when I
butt's
was a
gonna be all
kid.
puckered up and all tight like that and bougie. That horse is gonna be like, woo woo. How do I get rid of this thing?
I took horseback riding lessons
And
when I
you
was
probably
a kid.
had a helmet.
Yeah. Come on, safety first,
Oh
huh?
my gosh! Put a harness on your chicken. Go for a walk. Come on, man.
Can I bring a harness and take your chicken for a walk when we do this
Yes, I
horseback
have one
riding?
that I have one that wants to jump up and eat worms and stuff. Yeah,
Perfect.
got it at the
I
house.
love chicken.
And it lays blue eggs. You'll like that one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's an Americana
you should
hen.
Bring me one.
Yeah. Oh, bring you a chicken or an egg?
Both?
What are you gonna do with the chicken? It's gonna
I'm
on
going
your
to take
desk.
it for a walk.
But what if it shits on the floor and somebody has to pick it up? You're not gonna
I'll
pick it up
blame
because you're
it
too
on
bougie.
you.
So what? But you'll be too bougie to wipe up the shit. I would wipe that up.
Well, then
You
can
almost snorted right then. Do you snort? Are you a snorter?
Not
You
usually.
almost got there. Yes. She snorted. Did you hear her snort?
Okay.
Is that
has
on
gotten a
camera?
little
She
out of
snorted.
control.
Can we amplify that snort? And then can we put Kevin Bacon's picture right in there in front of her? Oh, that'd be perfect. I like it.
Can we have a picture of your pig, please?
I'll send you a picture of the pig.
We need to put up a picture of
I'll
your
put
pig.
you a picture of Kevin with my son sleeping on him, taking a nap.
All right, TC. Thanks
That's
for
it?
coming and hanging out.
That's it?
You got any more fun stories you want to tell us
No,
before I let you
I'm
go?
just happy to know a bougie person.
You know a lot of future people. You just may
Oh, I
not
was married to a
realize.
couple of them. Thank God they've gone away. You people.